I'm Diane Kometa. Today on Dishin with Di, I'm making pasta bolognese. This is an incredibly rich and flavorful sauce and it's absolutely delicious. So let's get in the kitchen and get things started. Today on Dishin with Di. So here's what you need. Some ground beef, some tomato sauce, some pancetta, which is an Italian bacon, some red wine, chopped garlic, dried parsley, ground nutmeg, ground cinnamon, dried oregano, dried thyme leaves, dried bay leaf, salt, pepper, fresh basil that's been chopped, heavy cream, whole milk, celery, carrots, and onions. Now the first thing you're going to do is take your celery, carrot, and onion and you're going to dice that up. But I'm feeling a little bit lazy today, so I'm going to take mine and put it in my little mini food processor. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm just going to go over to the stove and get everything started. I have a pot I've heated over medium-high heat, and I'm just going to add some olive oil in. Now I'm going to add my pancetta. I'm just going to cook this until it gets slightly browned. Okay, that looks good. Now if you'd prefer not to use pancetta, you can skip this step. Now I'm going to add in my celery, carrot, and onion mixture. And just stir this around. And you're just going to cook this for a few minutes until the vegetables start to get soft. Okay, that looks good. And now I'm going to add in my garlic and all of my seasonings except for the fresh basil and the dried parsley. Now this comes together very quickly. So the smaller you have your vegetables chopped, the faster everything's going to come together. Just give this a stir around. I'm just going to cook this for about a minute. And now we're going to add in the ground beef. Now you're just going to chop this up. And you want to cook this until it gets brown. Okay, that looks good. Just continue to chop it as it cooks. Now we're going to add in the sauce and the wine, as well as the basil and the parsley. Now you just want to give this a mix through. That looks good and it's starting to boil now. Now you want to reduce your heat to medium-low and you're going to cover this partially with a lid and check it in about 20 minutes. Now this has been cooking for 20 minutes and just give it a stir around as you go, especially if you have a non-stick pot. Now I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of this milk in. This is the whole milk and this is at room temperature. Just do this gradually. And then you just want to repeat that in about 15 to 20 minutes. Just a few splashes of milk and then return your lid to the partial cover. My sauce is thickened and it smells beautiful, and now I've taken the heavy cream and I heated it in the microwave slightly, and I'm just going to pour that in gradually. Now you're just going to cook this for about another 3 to 5 minutes. Now take half of the sauce and put that aside. And now you can cook your pasta. Make sure you salt the water and cook it until it's almost done. Reserve 1 cup of the pasta water. I've returned my sauce to the heat and now I'm adding in my pasta. Add the pasta directly from the water into the sauce. There's no need to drain it. And just toss the pasta with the sauce. Now add some of the reserved water. Toss the pasta with the reserved water and cook this just until the water's absorbed, and then you're ready to serve. All right, everything's done. And this sauce that I've reserved, I'll have that another night. I could put that in the freezer, or I like to save a little bit so in case I want to add a little bit extra, you know, when I serve it. This is a quick version of the traditional pasta bolognese, which would normally take you, you know, at least a couple hours. And it's a very hearty dish. I love to serve this in the fall and the winter, and especially on Wednesdays because that's when my father-in-law comes over and this is one of his favorite dishes. So this is how I like to serve it. I grate a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top. Doesn't that look beautiful? Now, of course, I got to give this a taste. Perfect. I'm not bragging, but it's really good. All the spices and everything make it just out of this world, off the charts. If you want to leave something out, if you don't have something, it's definitely not going to turn out bad, believe me, because this dish is almost foolproof. Now, as far as the cream goes, if you don't have cream or you don't want to add cream for whatever reason, your diet, or you just don't want to add it, it's still going to turn out beautiful without adding the heavy cream. So don't worry about that. But definitely try this. Give it a go. It's very simple and you're going to enjoy it. It's one of those things that, you know, one of those comfort foods that we all love. So the full recipe is on my website, dishinwithdi.com. So don't forget to go over there and check that out. And don't forget to subscribe. So, as usual, I hope I made your life a little easier, more enjoyable, and delicious. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.